about it. I'm a young person. I want to have a successful life. Education is important to me. I would like to go to college one day because, let's face it, that makes my life much more worth living, all right? County of Loudoun had one accredited black high school for the entire county. So that meant black children in Lovettsville, Luckett's, down south in what's called Willard now, okay? If you didn't have any transportation, high school was off limits to you. That was just it. You just couldn't go.
So try to imagine, all the paper is moldy. There are insects crawling there, literally. Mice had gotten in there in the past. So, and there's fungus. So it's dangerous even to work with. You have to wear these to work with it. For the next 3 months, we treat the paper. So that means taking each piece of paper. See how fragile they are? I mean, these are very damaged pieces of paper here. You can see the holes in them. And so each piece of paper was placed between wax paper and put into a freezer for 3 months. That's to kill off all the mold and fungus. Then you take a vacuum cleaner, which is specially designed for archival paper. Very gently go over and suck up all the old, the rust is what we call it. Now you can start to read the material and see what it says. But even then it's very fragile, it's still wet in some cases. And so you'll see here, we put these things inside Mylar to protect them. And that way you can, with your hands, can manipulate them, otherwise they would be crushed. I mean, what happened to blacks during segregation? The records office here said these are historically important and what happened to blacks matters. The Black community deserves to know what happened. Tell the truth, leave nothing out. So that's something, think about that, because there's a lot of warts. Bad things happen to blacks during segregation, and if licensed to tell the truth. So this is what we try to do. We try to preserve them, professionally as best we can. And we do this at our own cost. We pay for everything. People donate money.
So I'm a volunteer, but I'm happy to volunteer. And he asked me to look at the transportation part of this. The public school system started providing transportation for whites 1911, 1917. It was 1937 before the first record of a black school bus driver on the rolls of Loudoun County Public School.
We take every means possible to preserve these records, including contacting politicians if necessary. Whereas the Loudoun County Public Schools Student Records Department is working to enrich the understanding of Loudoun County's history and heritage by building a database to preserve the historical records of African American students prior to the integration of local schools. Some of our documents like these go back into the 1830s. Now, when you donate money to the Edwin Washington Project, that money doesn't go to us, we're all volunteers, it goes to this, preserving these documents so that everyone has these records forever, professionally preserved